Now, I've reviewed my share of all-in-one computers over the years, ones from HP, Lenovo, Dell, and so forth. So there's been slim pickings, though, the last couple of years, but I've been in the market for a good all-in-one, and Lenovo sent one over recently for me to check out. And I think it checks a lot of the boxes, but one of the big standouts to me is its gorgeous 31.5-inch 4K display. Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's an HDR display. It's super bright, and it just really pops. And I got to tell you, one of the best displays I've seen in an all-in-one in a very long time. Now, if you want to compare it to, say, the M3 iMac from Apple, I think this actually gives you more for your money. You get a bigger display, you get more features such as a Qi wireless charger in the base, you get really fantastic sound, and overall great performance out of a very good processor. We're going to get into the performance numbers and everything else associated with this pretty stunning all-in-one. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Lenovo Yoga All-in-One 9i coming up.
Now, before we get to the unit itself, I just want to let everyone know, in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by Lenovo. I'm not being sponsored by Lenovo. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Lenovo is not getting copy approval. That means they're seeing this video for the first time, just like you. Now, this unit is on loan from Lenovo, and once this review is done, I'll be sending it back. Now, pricing's actually pretty good on this. Right now, you could pick it up over at Lenovo's website for a starting price of $1549.99. Price is tested $1599.99, but if you head on over to Best Buy, they have it on sale right now for $1549.99, the way I have it configured here with this review unit. So that is a pretty good deal considering you're getting that really gorgeous 32-inch high-end display here. It's a 4K display. You also get the Core i9 13900H processor. We'll get into the pros, and there are some cons here, but overall, nice package here for a decent price. Now, I know a lot of you are interested in the iMac and they're offering from Apple in the all-in-one space, but that has a 24-inch display. It's a 4.5K Retina display, but a smaller screen on that. It also has only 8 gigabytes of unified memory versus the 16 you get here, and the pricing scheme doesn't seem to give you as much bang for the buck as you do get with the Lenovo offering. I just wanted to point that out. But again, it's just a matter of what you're more comfortable with, which ecosystem you're more comfortable with. But I actually prefer the Lenovo here in terms of more bang for the buck. Now, in the box, you get a wireless mouse along with a wireless keyboard. That's great. No additional cost there. That's good, of course. And then you also get your 170-watt power adapter using Lenovo's own proprietary connection. Now let's check out the port selection, and they're located on the back of the base of the unit, and you do get a 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack, 2 USB-C ports, one of which is a USB 4.0 port. You get 2 USB-A ports, which of course are great legacy ports to have, an HDMI 2.1 TMDS port, your power port in, and then finally your power button to round out the ports on this unit. Notably missing, there's no SD card reader. That would have been great to have on this, but I think overall a pretty decent port selection. Now, on the side of the unit is the kill switch for the webcam, giving you more security and privacy. You gotta like that. And I love the fact that this has a Qi wireless charger built into the base of the unit. Here I am using it with the ThinkPhone by Motorola. Here it's very seamless in terms of wireless charging. Now, this to me is a really attractive design. It's also actually somewhat portable at about 8.17 kilograms or about 18 pounds or so. And that to me is not very heavy. So if you need to move it from a room to room within your house or so, it's not going to be much of an issue. Now, as far as the design itself, to me, it's very modern. I like the base on it. I like the way that the overall aesthetics look on this. It just gives off a nice modern look. And that to me is a really big selling point of this, especially with that gorgeous 31.5-inch 4K display. But without a doubt, to me, the star of the show, it's its 31.5-inch 4K display. That's a resolution of 3840 by 2160. It's an IPS display, and it has 3 side narrow bezels. It's also a 16:9 aspect ratio. And what you're seeing here is excellent coverage of the color gamut. You get great color accuracy here. So if you're going to do content creation on this, this is a great display because it does do all those very well. So if you're going to do Lightroom, Photoshop, video editing, color grading, this this is a panel that certainly will get the job done. There's no doubt about it. It's also an HDR 600 display, so watching high dynamic range content, as you see here, is really great. And it has a peak brightness here of over 600 nits. Now, when you're watching standard dynamic range, I got very close to that 600 nits as well. So a very bright panel, but it is a glossy display. You will notice some glare and reflection depending on your lighting conditions. But my overall takeaway is this is a stunning display. I think they hit a home run with this 4K panel. And by the way, for those wondering, this is a non-touch display. So this is the front-facing camera on the Lenovo Yoga all-in-one 9i. That is, of course, with the Intel, and it also is a 31.5-inch display here, or 32-inch, rounded up. So what we're looking at is a 1080p camera. It's an IR camera. That means you can log in with face recognition with Windows Hello. There is a webcam kill switch to give you more security and privacy. I showed it earlier. It's on the side of the unit. And I love that, of course. But of course, what do you think about the video quality? What do you think about the audio quality? I think the video quality is okay. Although I've seen better, I've seen worse, that's for sure. So let me know what you think about not only the video, but the audio as well. Again, this also has studio effects. So we've been seeing that with the AI and stuff. Well, it's here as well. And it has auto framing. Of course, this will keep you in frame if you move around. And it works very well. It's very responsive. Let me turn that off. And then, of course, you have eye contact and you get the background blur effect and all that stuff. It's all there. So for those that need it, again, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments section below. Okay, let's talk performance, and this is running the Intel Core i9-13900H, a 45-watt CPU that we've seen many times before in, say, a lot of laptops were reviewed in 2023. We're seeing it here on this as well. And as you can see from the single and multi-core performance here, we're getting very nice performance, especially with that Core i9, and I'm very happy with that single and multi-thread performance here. So really good in that regard. Now, when I ran the Cinebench 2024, it got a score of 111 in terms of the CPU single core performance, which wasn't quite as good as the iMAC M3 chipset, but did better than, say, something like the HP Elite 1. By the way, I'll have a review on that coming very soon. And then, of course, on the Cinebench 2024 multi-core CPU performance, it actually did better with that Core i9 than the M3 in the Apple iMac. So that was a much better score of 807. Now, when it comes to gaming and stuff like that, you certainly can do it on this, but the caveat here is that there's no discrete GPU option. It would have been great to have something like an RTX 4060, 4070 in this. Unfortunately, they went with Intel Iris Xe graphics, and if you know anything about Iris Xe graphics, they are in a dire need of a refresh. We saw it with the Meteor Lake where they got the Intel Arc. That would have been a nice way to go here, but we have the Intel Xe graphics from last year, so not the greatest in that regard, but depending on what you're doing with this, it'll certainly be fine. You could even game on it if you lower some of the settings. We've demonstrated that many times in the past. So not the greatest option here. Would have been great to have a GPU option, but that is not the case with this unit. And great news when it comes to the Temps by stress test. It got a passing score of 99.9%, meaning it detected very little, if any, thermal throttling. In fact, it's one of the highest scores I've ever seen on that test. Really, really good. And also something to note here, under heavy load, the fan noise was not an issue at all on this. So they did a really good job in the base of this unit where all the guts and the fans and all that is going to be located. And it didn't sound very loud, even under heavy load. So I think they did a good job in terms of fan noise, and it didn't get overly hot. Not much of a concern here on an all-in-one as you would on a notebook, but overall good thermals on this unit. Now, in addition to its stunning 31.5-inch 4K display, you're getting excellent audio out of the speakers. You got two 2-watt tweeters by Harman Kardon, as well as two 5-watt woofers by Harman Kardon as well. It also has Dolby Atmos to help with the spatial audio. So the overall takeaway is, on the audio side of things, very full, rich volume, good mids, good bass, and great for media consumption. So it's the complete package here as far as an all-in-one is concerned, as far as not only the video aspect of it, but the audio aspect as well. Okay, let's bring it all home. What do I think about the Lenovo Yoga All-in-One 9i? Well, I gotta say, love the 32-inch bright and beautiful 4K display. Love the Core i9 processor here as far as CPU performance. Elegant and modern design. Wireless keyboard and mouse included at no additional cost. And I love the fact that it has a Qi wireless charger built into the base of the unit. Negatives here, there's no discrete GPU option. You're stuck with the Xe graphics, which are fine for everyday tasks. But for more graphics-intensive processing power, you're going to have to go with something with a discrete GPU. Hard to reach ports on the back of the unit. That's where the ports are located. And of course, no SD card reader on this. That would have been great, especially for content creation, but no real deal breakers here, ladies and gentlemen. This is an excellent choice for those in the market for an all-in-one device. It's a stunning 4K display, stunning looks, and overall good performance. There's a lot to like here.
So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. And don't forget to check out my website, amdtechreviews.com. And big things are coming in that department as well. Stay tuned. So until next time, this is Andrew, and I'll see you in the next video.